Okay, so I'm going to show you some more things that line can do in controlling amplitude or frequency. So I'm going to simplify the patch a little bit. I don't need to see meters coming out of saw, and I don't really need to see both meters down here. Move everything over a little bit. Okay, so been working with line, and we've been sending it, the target, packing it together with a time value, or using the message to pack them together. So just to show you how line works in a little bit more detail, let's make some more messages. So I'm going to do over here some frequency changes. And I believe that I can make that bold italic, font face, justification. Doesn't look like I can do an underline. All right, there we go. Can. It's right here. So make a section, going to do some frequency changes. So I can type a message that has target and time. Let's say 220 hertz over 2000 milliseconds. And what I'm going to do is create a send and receive. I'll have a send frequency line. And over here I'll have a receive frequency line. Check to make sure there's no typos. And put it in. So lock my patch, turn this on. Let's say maybe we take this up to 2000. Then I'm going to click on my message. And you can see that it goes to 200. I can mouse over because that's outputting 200 over the 2000 milliseconds. I'm using decimals, although I don't need to. Decimal for my frequency helps to distinguish it from time, but time can also be in decimals. So that's just a little bit of a fiction that I'm doing, or a little stylistic thing. I can create another one, so I can have it go to 880 over 500 milliseconds. To add a little bit more into this, add a button here. Line bangs when it's done with its ramp. Tells you when it's done. So you could be sending random lines if you had a list of them to go. Okay. Can also send more than one ramp segment because I can send multiple pairs. So let's unlock, and I'm going to create a message that goes to 1000. Let's just go to 1000 over 500 milliseconds. And then we'll go to 100 over 1500 milliseconds. So it just, multiple numbers are treated as target and time. Target value, time to get there. So I can connect this in to my send object, lock, turn on. And you see that it doesn't bang until it gets to the end of the whole list. When it comes back down. So if it receives multiple pairs, the bang comes after all pairs in the list have been executed, not each segment. So that's giving me changeable frequency just with some push buttons because I can always click on the messages. Let's add a little amplitude control into this. So type that in, amplitude changes. I'm going to do the same thing. I am going to send amp line and receive it over here. And different messages. So let's type in a message of, say, let's go to 0.5 over 100 milliseconds. Let's go to 0 over, say, 2000 milliseconds. Patch cord, lock it back on. So can change it. I can also do one more thing. So in addition to pairs, I can start by giving it a value to go to immediately. So if I enter in a number followed by a comma, that is a value to go to immediately. There's no time, instantaneous. Then I can start sending time and target pairs. So I can describe, say, an ADSR envelope. I'll say go to 1 over 10 milliseconds, then to 0.4 amplitude over 100. So it's going to create kind of a sharp attack. Comes back to a sustain level. It's going to stay at 0.4 for 2000 milliseconds. So even though these are the same value, what this means is once it reaches this value, it's going to take 2 seconds to stay on that value. And then I'm going to have it go to 0 over 750 milliseconds. So the difference is that comma. It's going to go to 0 right away. And I'll show you what that means. It's on. Let's bring it up to, say, 0.5. So when it's onto something, it's kind of a quick click because it's dropping down and coming back up right away. So you may not hear it as much, but you hear it, I get a note. I can also shorten the sustain. Or I can take another one and make it attack and then just simply decay to 0. So it can go to 1 over, let's say, 5 milliseconds and then to 0 over 1200. Let's make that one go longer again. And it can decay as fast as I want it. So the amplitude went away before it got finished coming down. So that's the basics of using line. You can describe multiple segments, or single segments, or have it immediately go to something and have multiple segments. So this gives you a little bit more control, but it's also probably not the way you'd want to interact with your audio. But still, so we understand what's going on. I'm going to save this as BasicAudioDemo2, and I'm going to add some comments when I upload it.